review and see looking at the Transformers or for Cybertron Guzzle. So here he is in his tank mode, but if we look at him, of course, we do have the paints. So for all the green, I used Olive Drab, AS6, of course, Tamiya brand. It's always Tamiya brand, or like 99% of the time. And I used TS26 Pure Whites, as well as the white surface primer for those areas. Which I forgot to grab it, but I did use gray surface primer for the green areas. So I mean, I think it's been in enough videos. We know what the gray one looks like. If I did forget to grab it, my apologies. And then for hand paints, I used flat black for the black areas. Blue. Chrome silver. For the focus. Thank you. Sky blue. Come on. Come on. Thank you. And then the yellow on his chest is actually a color I had to mix, which I used lemon yellow and orange to get. And then finally, it all was clear coated with TS13 clear. And that's it. A lot of paints for this. Very, very large amount. But as you can see, this is a repaint of the War for Cybertron Kingdom Slammer toy, which I absolutely adore. I got one, it was like one of my first figures this year. No, it was one of the ones last year, which I'm pretty sure I talked about. I just absolutely love it, and I was like, I have to do a custom from this mold. But I had no ideas for it until I saw this Digibash, which, of course, I didn't one-to-one follow the Digibash or anything, but it inspired me to do this, so I feel the need to credit it. Will I do the pyro? Probably not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Anyways, Guzzle here. It isn't like 100% repainted. As you can tell, like the arms and all this is the same, and like the gray areas are the same. However, most of it is repainted. Like, for example, these treads in here were actually silver on the initial one. I taped it off and spray painted them all white to emulate the fact that the G1 toy... Oops, hair there. The G1 toy had like white treads, and since I didn't want to paint all of this white, I thought, what if I just did the wheels? I feel like that's a decent turn off, you know, or a decent compromise. But we do have the bit of yellow there on the chest, and some details like some silver going down, and all these are silver back here. Yeah, it's a nice tank mode actually. I do really like how the tank mode came out. I love how this whole thing came out, but I think the tank mode is really nice. Granted, I probably should have done a little bit more detail on the sides. Like, I did the black line going through, except instead of making all this black, I just made it a single line. Like, I feel like I probably should have painted some of this detail or something like that, but it is too late. Oh, I also did, it's really hard to see, but these little dashes, I painted those black, but it's just, it blends into the green too much. Probably should have done like silver or something, just because it doesn't blend in enough. Oh yeah, this isn't me painted silver. It was already silver. It's just chrome silver is a pretty decent match. Like, it's not 1-to-1, but it's fairly close. I did think about taking this bit off, like the paint off of this, just so it's a little bit different, but I felt like that also just would have been too much effort. Like, I think it's fine as is. It adds a bit, even if it is just Slammer's thing. Yeah, so anyways, that is it for tank mode, so let's go ahead and get him into his robots mode. And in robot mode, I think he does look fairly nice, and fairly different from Slammer, despite the fact that they do share a lot of similar colors, and, you know, it's the same mold. But first up, the head here. What I pretty much did is I tried to, like, cut it down to look a little bit more Guzzle-y, and since he has eyes, I just had to, like, paint eyes on a visor, which was really hard to do. Like, this took me a minute to get them both looking even enough. I don't know if I'll ever, like, get a new head made for this or not, but just, I think this is fine for now. Be like, I shaved down the sides a bit. I shaved down the mouth plate. Did all that stuff. So it at least does look a good little bit different from him. And of course, the silver shoulders are still there. The arms are the same, like these I didn't change these, I didn't change this or this, which I know he should have white thighs, but these have to tuck in back here, and I don't want to deal with that because that would probably cause a lot of paint chipping, and I'm not about that life. But anyways, the legs do have a lot of detail. There's black in there, some silver on the side, some black bits going down there. So everything I detailed the legs quite nice, and of course the detail from the tank is there too. But yeah, I think this actually is a pretty nice, like, sort of modernized Chug Guzzle. I don't know if Hasbro will ever do this repaint or just make a Guzzle themselves, but I think this pretty much satisfies me for now. Though part of me does want the MMC ones, though. I've had the MMC ones saved on, like, TF stores for 3 years at this point. Or 2 or 3 years, and I just haven't bought it for some reason. But yeah, I think this really does help his look, just to kind of be a bit more unique. Like, he does still have the white arms, and, like, these areas still the same colors in the gray, but I think just green and the yellow here, which I'm not the best at painting yellow, so this didn't turn out amazing. Like, it looks better on camera, which is very fortunate. But I also, I forgot one thing I did, but you can't really notice either, is I painted this line that goes down here. I actually painted that in with black. Kind of adds a bit of dimension, which I think is kind of neat. Like, you can see it's like darker lines there than there, because they are actually painted. That's fun. Which, of course, he still can do the tread chainsaw. Let me actually get his back off. Get off. You just pull these off. Put these together, which one thing you do have to look out for, which I should mention, is that whenever this bit goes here, this tab can shave off the paint here. So what I did is I pretty much just took my file. Let me grab it. I took my file and I just kind of like did this under it for a minute, which it means it isn't really like secure here. Like, it will just fall out, but like this should keep it secure. So it's just, yeah, and like, it's fine. Come on. I just said you're fine. You can't do this to me. Just pop it on the arm and bam. Tread chainsaw. What is better than a tread chainsaw? Not much. Not much. I like to keep this more for Slammer just because it helps them both be unique from each other, but just, I love this. I love the tread chainsaw so much. I love that this toy can do that. Just like that alone is really neat to me. But let's get him back to how he should be. I realized this was supposed to be on this side, my bad. Or nope. It is, like, again, right there. Make sure you shave that down. Which another thing I did, I don't know if this will chip because I did this before, but like these tabs for the shoulders, I ended up shaving those down before I had painted it. Because I thought they might chip. I don't know if they do or not because because again, I did it before, so I didn't see it chip. But I think other than that, at least in terms of like the areas I did paint on this toy, nothing's too bad. Like, if you want to do the inside tread things, you gotta tape up a lot of stuff. Like, I used most of my remaining masking tape on this guy. I had to go out and buy more after I finished it. But just for a fun comparison, let's bring in Rotor Storm, just because he's like the only other War for Cybertron, like a wrecker, at least, that was around when Guzzle was. Well, I guess technically Hubcap was. But it's fine. Rotor Storm's here. He's all you need. Which I do think he pops in pretty well, because again, it's just a big, beefy tank guy. Like, it isn't totally G1 accurate, and I'm fine with that. If Hasbro ever makes one, it'll probably be way more G1 accurate than this. Or heck, even if they just use this mold, I'm sure they'll probably do the whole white treads and the white thighs. They'll probably do everything you want. So, who knows? Maybe they will. Yeah, I do think these look great together. And I actually love using him as the weaponizer thing here. Like, I love using these as like the shoulder missiles to go on there. And I'll make the tread chainsaw for Rotor Storm. It's a fun time. A fun time is had. Okay. Slammer is a really fun mold. I like it. It's not too difficult to customize, at least if you're doing it in a similar way like I did here. Like, again, other than those two problem areas, there wasn't really too much else that I noticed on here, but I didn't paint, like, these joints, so I didn't have to worry about any of that. Or the treads, I didn't have to worry about paint chipping on those. So, I guess it just depends on how much you want to do. But yeah. Anyways, a little bit of housekeeping right quick. I may not have a video next week. I am going on vacation, and I will be gone for like an entire week. I might try to record something before I leave to see if I can edit and upload, but don't get your hopes up too much. I will still be working on a video next week because I'm working on editing something, a bit of a longer video that we'll get to hopefully in March, because it probably won't be done by the end of February like I wanted, which is fine. We'll get there. We'll get there when we get there. But yeah. Anyways, that is pretty much all I have to say. So please be sure to check out my channel for more video and custom reviews. And please don't forget to subscribe. You can also come check out my Facebook and Tumblr pages, linked in the description below. You can also come join the Infiniton Discord server, also linked in the description below. And this is the 14th Prime, signing out.